everybody. How is everybody doing this fine Sunday night? Thank you for stopping by the Fireside Chat with the boys, along with myself to my right or to your left. Yeah, to your right. Yeah, I'm all confused. Is who? Who are you?
I am Bodean 52.
And below you, and okay, Jack, you're gonna have to explain this, dude. So Jack is, for some reason, and Bob and I have talked about this, he keeps secrets from us, and we think
a lot,
and
a lot.
It's very hurtful.
Secretive.
Oh, and we have a special guest.
I'm sorry.
Who's that in the background, Jack?
Nobody.
Sorry. It's Mrs. HDR.
No.
You want to see your travel face?
No.
Hey,
show us.
This could
No,
go
I'm already.
bad.
I'm sorry. I'm breaking in on your stuff.
We're actually heading to St. Louis, Missouri is where we're heading. We've been traveling all day since about 7:30 this morning. It's kind of interesting right now because I'm doing the show and it's only 5 o'clock here.
Jack, are you doing the van life thing? Is that what's going on, or?
Yeah, we're doing the van life like the blacktop travelers. Life on the blacktop.
You know, having your wife in the vehicle during the show, what could go wrong? It'll be fine.
What could go possibly wrong?
It was either this or sitting in McDonald's, and there's a lot of 70 and 80-year-old people in there that wanted to get on the show, and I told them no.
You should have done it, man. Why don't you do it live? Why don't you walk inside the McDonald's for us?
Walk in with the laptop, yeah.
Yeah.
So welcome, everybody. And what we were talking about secrets, Jack never tells us where he's going. So we're like, where are you traveling to? I guess you'll just have to find out. So he's been doing that for, 2 years now with us, that he just never tells us until he shows up and then he posts something. He says, oh, look, I'm here.
Maybe we should take him off the chat, the text thing, and put Mary on it. Then we can really find out what's going on.
Mary, you gonna tell us?
Sometime in a town called, what was that town?
Casey, Illinois.
Casey, Illinois is the home of the giant everything. So I'll have a slideshow coming out on that. But we get to see the giant rocking chair, and it's like all the Route 66 stuff down that way.
Did you take a picture?
We got lots of pictures.
Good,
Yep.
good.
Can you put a hat on? I feel like I'm cheating on HDR without your hat.
Oh, wait.
I'm
Hold
sorry,
on.
man. It's just you got great looking hair. Oh, I feel better now. Thank you.
How's that?
Grandpa.
You're much better, man.
Maybe I should do it this way.
Hey, look, there's Mary's hand.
Look, Mary's got a tat.
I was just going to say,
she gave me Bob's look.
There you go.
It stands for Jack's Rough.
Makes you look.
All right.
So Jack's coming to us via remote, and hopefully, would you say you're about an hour and a half away? You're not too far.
Where are we at right now? We are.
I don't know. We're about 60 miles from St. Louis.
Yeah, about 60 miles out of St. Louis. I knew the show was coming up. We kept watching our watches, and I said, we got to pull off. We found a McDonald's. We jumped on their Wi-Fi, and here I am.
Very cool. So you really can't see this, Jack, so I'll put Bodean on the spot here. Bodean, who do we have in the chat tonight with us?
Blue Pike Girl, Mr. Jackie Boy, WS Keys, Ty from Tennessee, Moto Ramblings is on, HD Traveler, Donna Main is on.
We got his name right.
I notice how I said it confidently.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not Donna, Donna.
Yeah, my wife's Donna. The Grim Rider, fellow Michigander is on. Jamon's here. New Hampshire Moose, Tennessee Wingman, Ron Kelly. Man, we got top people on board tonight, man. Mr. McStash, Gliding on Twos, Road Glide Andy's on. Man, what a group. Woo.
Mr. McStash, Road Glide Andy, your picture will be shown in a little bit. You guys will see that.
I'm having some performance anxiety with all these stars in tonight. So
lots of good people in the side chat. So if you guys don't know this, and I think probably most of you do, the three of us went to Ohio last week. Yeah, it was last weekend, actually. We spent, what was it, 5 days, Bob, you and I, and then Jack was 4, I believe, something like that, or maybe 5 or 6. But we went to Athens, Ohio, and we went to ride the Windy Nine Roads. And if you don't know what the Windy Nine Roads are, it's 9 roads based out of, like, the central hub is Athens, Ohio, which is right. It's kind of like southeast, right by the West Virginia border. Which, by the way, the best way to describe it. It's not too far from West Virginia, and a lot of great roads. And that's going to be our topic this evening. Is we're going to kind of recap the trip for you guys and talk about it. And we're going to list like our favorite roads that we had and some of the videos you guys have seen out there. We had some troubles on a couple days, but we all survived, and it was good times for all. So that is the gist of this show. So please be interactive. We'd love to chat with you guys today. And Bob, call out if I miss anybody on here. If I need to highlight anybody, make sure you let me know.
Are you still able to do that, by the way?
Well, let's see here. We will highlight. Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Moto Tahaki is in the house. Robin, the lady biker. My buddy Dallas Face is on. So we got a good group, man.
Dude, you're not old at 75. That's young. Totally young.
Yeah.
Hey, Robin, what's going on? Now it's 7 there or 6 in the morning in Australia. Isn't that correct?
You know what? I saw a video the other day of a guy that was 82 and still riding, and I just said, "Man, you're my inspiration." So 75 is nothing.
Is nothing at all.
Yeah, but he's
Especially
still
the closer
riding.
we get there.
He said he's still riding. He just sold one of his bikes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jim Reynolds is on as well.
So we have guys. So one of the things that came out of this trip, besides like just like an epic time, but the three of us, I think you all know this, we're really good friends. And Bob and Jack, you talk a little bit about last year because you guys rode without me. And like, what did you ride of those roads?
You sound.
I had a previous engagement.
Like it was our fault. Like you guys rode without me. You were on vacation with your lovely wife and your kids.
Yes, I was.
Yes,
He says.
So what do you guys think?
You know what, Jack? I'll let you talk on this too. I mean, for me, we really just rode the triple nickel, and then spent a lot of time on some other roads that weren't necessarily the windy 9. We think, right, Jack? But I think we rode. We had a better plan for sure with the three of us.
Well, we had a much better plan. We had a lot more days, and to get out there. You're making me look like I'm homeless working out there.
Is that all your clothes in your right shoulder?
We're living in the car.
Look in the back.
Oh my God. Hey
Is
guys.
that a fan?
Hey guys, reach out. We'll help you out. Colin and I will help you out. We'd be glad to find McDonald's or something.
Hey, Jack, go back. Is that a fan?
Yeah, there's a fan in there right
Why
there.
can you bring a fan?
Can we stop and explain the fan?
Yeah, so let's explain that for a minute. So the reason we didn't take the motorcycles, we decided that we're going to do a camping trip. Well, the back of the car is filled with everything you need for camping. Well, we're going to be staying in a tent, which we figure it's probably going to be about 90 degrees, so we're going to blow some hot air on us.
Cool air,
hopefully. So hopefully it's going to be cool air through the,
You're going camping?
Yes.
I feel like I don't even know you.
Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you?
No.
You didn't tell us anything, dude.
Dude, we just spent 5 days with you. We had no clue. No clue.
Look at that.
Camping
Hey, can you highlight Ty from Tennessee, Colin? You just made a comment. I think it's important. If everybody can please, I'll start the GoFundMe after the show for HDR, who's now living in his car.
Yeah,
that's anything wrong with that.
That's why we couldn't keep the motorcycle, because we don't have a garage in the car. So
no.
Wow.
I'm still struggling understanding the fan, but that's okay.
Yeah, where are you going to plug it in when you're camping? Just
we have an electric site, electric and water.
Wow.
You guys have not camped much, have you?
No.
At the Hyatt.
Yeah, at the hotel.
At the
Hilton. The Hilton, yeah.
No, that's where we're
You
staying.
gotta live a little.
Yeah, so you gotta live a little.
We are. There's a bar right downstairs. It's great. We walk right down to
we
it.
even brought our fishing poles because when you're living in your car, you got to catch fish to eat. So we did stop at McDonald's. Some guy actually bought me a coffee. Hey, thanks, buddy. That was
awesome. Hey, did you see what Dallas said? So should we start doing hashtag? Save HDR or something.
Hashtag Jack is homeless.
This is the last Harley Davidson thing I got left. No, we shouldn't make. There's people out there that really need your help, guys, and we're just on a trip, so don't believe these two.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, who else would carry a fan in the back of their car? But
That's right. Not everybody has a fan.
yeah, he's glamping. There you go. Hi, Judge.
What's going on, Judge? I'm sorry. This whole hour is going to be about Jack and his car because it's throwing me off completely.
Hey, Colin. I just want to officially say thank you for sharing a little more of what you got going on in your life to me than Jack does, apparently. So thank you for that.
You're very welcome.
Hey, you know what? Though, if you're ever traveling, just pull in McDonald's parking lot. You get right on their Wi-Fi.
You can.
If you got to upload a video, it's a great way to do it.
So you're stealing their Wi-Fi?
Yeah.
Good for you, man.
It's free.
No, the guy bought me a cup of coffee, and you get 50 megs with the cup of coffee.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Okay, call it up. I'm sorry, it's your show. Go ahead.
No, it's our show, guys. And then what was the original
Oh,
question? Like last year with you guys riding. So you guys don't know this. Last year, these two went on a similar trip, and then they enjoyed it so much that they wanted to do it again this year. And so that's what we did. So kind of like a history of what we did is we ended up getting an Airbnb. And I think we got it was like 4 months ago, guys. And Bob actually looked it up for this one, and then just found a great place about it's like 15 miles south of Athens, little 3-bedroom place that was just outstanding. It was a lot of fun. And
wait, who had the bedroom with the bathroom with the private bath?
Yeah, I had the private bath.
Dude, hey Jack, I played that all wrong, dude.
Yeah, you did.
First.
I know. I know what you looked at. No, you looked at. I got a desk. That's what you wanted.
That's what I could put all my gear out, only to realize after I laid down in the crappy bed and realized how great Colin's room was. I'm like, is it too late to throw all his shit out and move rooms?
Is that why that one where I woke up and you were laying in Colin's bed because it was more comfortable?
Hey,
I mean, Colin was in the bed, but
don't judge.
I told you we can't talk about the spooning, dude.
Hey, no, but just on a serious note, guys, if you ever go out with a group of guys to go motorcycle riding, that is the way to go, man. Get an Airbnb. Don't stay at the local hotels. You know, we had everything at our disposal.
Because we ended up probably the cost of each night split up between the three of us was less than a hotel.
Oh
easily. And then
like
we ended up, and then we had a washer, dryer, you had everything. And so like anytime we go on these trips now, and VAM upcoming in like a month now, guys, we did the same thing. We got an Airbnb with like 6 people. But this one had 3, but it was a great place. So we're going to actually, if we ever go back there, we'll try to stay in the exact same spot. The people there were outstanding. They were really cool that ran the place. They were actually, this one, they were right next door. And some people might say, I don't know about that, but they were actually super cool and super nice. And they were, anytime we needed something, they were extremely helpful. But anyway, so we went up there and got this Airbnb, and our whole goal was to try to get all 9 roads. So we wanted to hit that, and that was pretty ambitious goal. Come to find out, you need a little bit more time to hit all 9 roads. It's like when you go down to Tennessee and you want to hit all these great roads and you have like 3 or 4 days to do it, you end up only getting maybe half of them. And so knowing that next year, if we do it again, we're going to probably add a day. In a second here, I'll show you guys the map of what it looks like, and you'll see kind of an idea. But a lot of people have not, I don't know. My take is on some of my videos and Bob's and Jack's, this place is kind of underrated, in my opinion. I don't think a lot of people know about the triple nickel. I mean, everyone talks about the 555, and that's the main one out there when you go on the Windy 9. But some of these roads we rode, guys, were actually pretty damn amazing. I was very, you think about it, like, what the hell's in Ohio? Sorry for the folks that live in Ohio, McStash. But there doesn't like scream like forest and great curvy roads, but I was wrong. So when you get out there, you find a couple of these roads were outstanding. What do you guys think about that?
I'm sorry. Can you highlight good looking honky first at 613? Just having a hard time focusing. I'm sorry. I'll be okay now, but so, well, first of all, welcome. Hey, Colin, that was the wrong hashtag, brother.
We got a guy in here that does old adult film store.
Well, I like it, man.
There you go.
Hashtag jealous. Colin.
Hey, it's always good to pick up viewers. Get her name out.
Yeah, don't hit hashtag porn on your video stuff. It's not gonna work, dude. It's not gonna work.
Dude, I'm still laughing. I've never had a comment. I don't think we've ever seen good-looking honky in any of these streams before. So
I welcome him. I'm glad he's here, man.
yeah, thanks, Peter.
Yeah, and hey, push us out to all your friends in that particular community and get our name out there.
We're big in the adult.
Oh my god.
The OnlyFans of
the adult motorcycle community.
Oh,
So, Colin, you were talking to get back off that, which is going to be difficult. You know, the Airbnb was the greatest place, and you know what we talked about? Not, I hate to use the word hiding, but we wanted to keep our time kind of just the three of us riding until you played a video that had the address of the place we were staying. But that's okay, we'll be all right. So, but dude, it was great. It was really a great place to stay, and the great place to fly a drone up the back of the deck, but I'll let Jack talk about that. So,
oh my God. All right. So I'm going to try something a little bit new, and Bob knows this, guys. We're going to show about a 1.5-minute clip of like some of the pictures we took. So when we were trying to set this up earlier, for some reason it wasn't jiving. The music was way too loud. So we're doing it kind of old school way. So sit back and enjoy this, guys. It's about 1.5 minutes, and it's going to show all the pictures. And one thing, you know, we were going to talk about later, but, you know, one of the highlights of the trip, guys, was, you know, we did this little meetup, and we did it at the end of our trip, and we were blown away. I mean, it was very humbling for the three of us to show up, and you'll see a picture here in a minute of Mr. McStash and Road Glide Andy, who made this outstanding banner, and, you know, at this local Harley dealer, and just went out of their way, and, you know, they did some giveaways and stuff, and it was very humbling. We had a gentleman, his name was Mario, and I think he rode from Chicago, if I'm not mistaken. So he had there were people that rode a couple states, and, you know, guys, we're just three dudes that just enjoyed doing videos and riding motorcycles, riding Harleys, and just getting to know the community. So we were more than appreciative of that. We had a great time. So after the little meetup, we went and, let's just put it this way. In the picture on Google Maps or Google, when you type in a restaurant, it shows all the pictures, right? And this place was rated like 4.5 stars. It looked nice in the pictures, but we get there, it's just like run down dive bar. Didn't have a parking lot. It was a trip, but we ended up having a really good time. They were good people there, and they served us, and there was actually really good food, but we had a good time. And thank you guys for the folks that showed up. It was more than appreciative. All right.
Hey, Colin, also thank you for security of the people that watched our bikes while we went and had dinner at the place that you did.
Yes, for sure. Because it was a little seedy. All right.
It was good.
So give me a second here. I am going to get this screen ready, guys, and then I will show you. Oops, wrong one. You're going to see that in just a second. Okay.
Hey, Colin, was that 3 helmets on a table while we were having lunch?
It was.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that happened. I didn't. I can't go in and eat anywhere now because when I take my helmet in for some reason, I go to put it down. I hear Jack in the back of my mind going, "Get that off the damn table."
And where did I tell you guys that started from? Where did I tell you?
I don't know, but you put yours on the table, so I don't believe it anymore.
Came from the U.S. Army. You couldn't even wear your hat into the restaurant or into the chow hall, we would say. But
hey, Colin, that was cool.
My sister just texted us and said the porn guy really threw us off.
He totally threw it off, man.
I'm pulling it back in. We welcome him to the channel.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Please like and subscribe all the channels for sure.
My first job I got fired from. So, hey, the Wawa Cup is because the Wawa Cup is
story.
The Wawa Cup is only because Colin carries it around on his bike, doesn't drink from it. And then Jack uses it as a spittoon. So that's
no, dude, there was no spitooning. There was no tobacco in that thing at all.
Sorry.
No, you did. I was proud of you for drinking out of that cup, man, because for those who don't know, he's a Sheetz little boy. And I didn't notice you didn't bring a Sheetz cup, did you?
Hey, don't kid yourself, dude. I did not drink out of that cup. It was all for the picture.
Yeah,
right?
okay.
So
you keep telling you that.
All right.
So we knew this was going to happen. So
hey,
thank you, Jackie.
There you go. Look at Jackie boy. That's it. I'm not shaving again.
That would be.
That's what we're gonna try to figure out in VAM. So.
What do you got, a semi behind you, Jack?
I don't know what that was.
Could you tell him to shut up?
I feel like somebody's going to bang on the window and say you need to move on soon. Oh man.
Well, do I need a burger? No, I'm good. I don't. Thanks.
No, I mean,
you want to give me a burger too? I got a coffee. That's good.
It was cool, guys, putting that together. And the 3 of us made some huge memories with the riding, and we're blessed to that the 3 of us can ride together. We've done a couple rides together, and we're looking forward to doing VAM. Shoot, when we left, I always say goodbye. It sucks because like when we left, we're like, this sucks. And then I'm like, well, we're going to see each other in 4 weeks. And so that's coming up here very shortly where the 3 of us are going to be up there. Well, and there's going to be a lot of people at VAM. Sounds like it's going to be a very interesting trip. So, hey, Judy, how are you? Anonymous Biker, how are you? If I missed you. Dallas, what's going on, buddy? So it's, I tell you what, though, I mean, it just from how many of you guys, I guess, in the side chat have really heard about the Windy Nine? And like, I've heard the Triple Nickel, but I wasn't aware of all the roads that were down there. And in a second here, I'm going to show you guys this map and kind of what we used and how much it was very helpful. But I would rate it up there probably in my top 10. Like if you were to go through, and I think I say this in an upcoming video, if you have like, the top 10 motorcycle roads out there that you must have, a lot of people are going to have like your ones down in Tennessee. And I'm talking about the East Coast. Obviously, there's the West Coast to Pacific Coast Highway. You got Sturgis, Needles, and, everything Colorado and so on through the word down in Arkansas, Ozarks. There's so many great roads out there up north. I rank this probably in my top 10. And how about you guys?
Isn't it the Windy Nine?
No, it's the Windy Nine. And yeah, that's the problem. So explain the problem. You two do this. You two own it.
Well, it started with Jack. Go ahead, yeah. Jack.
I started it last year. We were talking back and forth, myself and Bob, and I think we were downstairs having breakfast. And I said, "Well, we're gonna go out now and ride the Windy Nine." And he said, "I thought it was windy." I said, "No, it's windy." And the problem is, in the English language, windy and windy are both spelled the same. So then Bob started doing his videos, and myself and Colin would crack up. He'd be like, "Take 2, take 3, take 4. Oh, shoot." And, and it was just so hilarious.
The truth is I would start videos, most of them with, "Hey, it's Bodean 52. We're here on the Windy 9.
Yeah. You could say it. It's okay.
I may cuss a little bit. And these guys were just laughing at me. But, Jack, you started me on that. So
I know. That was my fault.
It was fun.
So we I'm going to let Jack and Bob handle this one. Let's just put it this way, guys. And Jack talked a little bit about it on his Coffee with HDR show that he does every Saturday. Shameless plug, Jack. What the hell is that, Jack? What are you doing in there? Is Mary playing with you again? So I'll let Bob and Jack talk about this. We were not PG rated. So what you see on the videos is heavily edited, let's put it that way, because we went through the clips for like, oh, wow, I can't use that. Beep, 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 beep. So what'd you guys think? We had some fun conversations. Let's put it that way.
I'm not Catholic, but I came home and went to confession. That's all I got to say.
Hey, and I do have a DVD available for $99.95 with everything that they said and everything that I said on there that's unedited, uncut, and uncensored. So if you like to buy that DVD, and then we have to sell it for $99 because we're splitting it 33 and a third % each. So,
you find out about people, and you know what happens when, dude, you guys know this. I mean, when you get together, we were like 15-year-old kids, 15-year-old boys that got out there and were like, hee. Everything was sexual. Everything was swearing at stuff. I mean, it was fun. I mean, I feel like a teenager again. And I enjoyed it so much more, not just for the roads, but for the guys you're with and the friendships that we've become. And then even with other people, just cracking up. I mean, we had some incredible conversations, like deep ones. And I don't think we shut up. I mean, Jack had taught us this years ago that there's these little, these things right here, these little battery packs that we put on your helmet, and that way your Cena stays charged all day. And we did that. And even when I got home, I had to charge the battery pack because it was almost empty. That's how much we talked. I mean, just nonstop. We had a blast just discovering these new roads, because even though these guys have rode Ohio before, I don't think you've rode half the roads that we did. I think we did. You guys have done the triple nickel and all that stuff, but just the camaraderie we had was outstanding. And that's what I dig about these trips. Even like when we go to like meetups and stuff like them and other meetups, you meet the coolest people, not just not with just the three of us, but you have some crazy conversations, and that's what it is all about, in my opinion.
Yeah, you know what, Colin? It's different when you're going to a ride and meeting up people and you hang out and you leave, but you stay in a place with somebody for 5 days, you better like them a little bit. And we just it was fun the entire time. I mean, it was every day something else. What could go wrong? Something else happened that would make a story by itself. But man, we had a freaking riot. So we're lucky we didn't get arrested.
Yeah, and I think adding on with that there real quick is we have a lot of people, and I've seen people in side chat. Let us know next year, you can have 5 or 6 people in the house and lower the cost. And really, we have been together for so long that and our wives know, even Mary will tell you, Miss Cheryl will say, I talk to these guys a lot of times more than I talk to her. We just do. We're more like brothers. So it's more like a family reunion. And not that we don't love all you guys. We love to have a big house and have a big dorm of 40 people in one house. But Colin can say, hey, you guys want to go grab a hot dog? And we don't argue or complain. We just go grab a hot dog, if that's what he wants to do. So I think that's the part of it, too, that we do get along so well, and it just works. So.
Yeah. Hey, Jack, perfect example is you came the second day, right? Yeah. And Colin and I had been in and we were ready to go riding, right? But you had just rode 4 or 5 hours. So when you got in, you guys we're like, hey, Jack's like, you ready to go? And we're like, dude, take an hour or two, relax, just get settled in. And I mean, it was that way the whole time. There was never any pressure, and we just all flowed with it. Which was
then they threw a beer at me, and it was like Popeye with the can of spinach. I drank the beer, and I was like, da-da-da, let's go. And we went out, hopped on the bikes, and we were on the road. So that was true.
Don't promote drinking and driving.
I promoted a beer for energy.
No.
It was energetic.
Can you put the camera on Mary?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
She's got her travel station. What's that?
Is the fan on? I don't know. What's
not yet. Wait, how are we going to plug the fan in, Bob?
How are we going to plug it in?
Yeah, I don't know. You're going to a campsite with it. You guys got a story to tell. That's for darn
I'll send
sure.
you. I'll send you guys pictures later. Well, that'll be tomorrow. Tonight we're staying in a hotel. So,
Yeah, don't send pictures tonight of the hotel.
No.
Yeah, dude. Hey,
Well,
that goes back to that guy with the porn comment earlier. Like, let's go.
yeah. Just remember, we're all brothers, and our wives are like sisters. So none of that picture stuff. So
no pictures.
no pictures.
At least don't tell Mary.
Yeah.
All right.
Like before.
You know she can hear you, right?
Yeah, like I can't hear you.
Oh, that's a good point.
No.
I deleted them. I promise.
Mary, just so you know, you weren't involved in any of the conversations we talked about either. None of the wives were.
Oh, I
Strictly
bet.
professional.
You know what? That is interesting. It's bad because Mary's there, and she'll probably text my wife during this. Did we talk about? I mean, we all checked in with our wives and talked to them at the end of the day, but we really did not talk about our wives for 4 days, did we?
Nope.
No, just
I
how
don't
much.
remember.
Just how much we loved them and missed them.
Yeah.
That's only because she's in the car with you, and you're living in it now, so you better get along with her. But
Listen, I didn't talk about you guys either.
yeah.
Anthony, how can I talk to you if I'm doing a show?
Anthony, why are you calling him on the show?
Why are
Anthony,
you calling me? You know I'm doing a show.
Roguelite Anthony.
show etiquette. Come on.
All right, guys, let me show you something real quick. This is kind of the idea we want to give you for those of you not familiar with the area. So this is Athens, Ohio. And again, this is a PDF, so I can't really zoom in. So try to focus as much as you can on there and follow my my mouse here. Athens, Ohio is kind of like, and this is West Virginia, this little gray area over here. So you're right on the West Virginia border. We stayed about 20, maybe 15 miles south of this Athens. And all these roads that, you know, like are colored on here from green to orange to blue to yellow are part of this over here. So if you look in the bottom right corner, they have it listed, the 9 roads, and they've got it broken down by each road and each color. So if you scroll down on this, again, this is something that Jack ordered before, and it lists all the roads that we wanted to attempt to ride. And if you look at them, and we have different names for these. So some of these, you know, Bob and Jack might not necessarily agree with how I name them. But like the first one's Rim of the World. I called it Rim Job. Southern Dip is, I called Southern Hick. Hocking Hills Nipper, I called Nip. Lazy Rivers, I didn't really have a name for that. And ZZ, Zelensky Zipper, I just called double Z's. So like I had my own take on these things because the Lazinski Zipper I could never pronounce. And the ones on the bottom here, Pioneer Pass, Pomeroy Dash, and Black Diamond, those 3 we did not ride. So we only rode, so like the Triple Nickel right here, and then if you go up a little bit, Rim Job, Southern Hick, Nips, Lazy River, and Double Z's, we rode most of those. We only did part of the Double Z's right here. And if you take it back up here, and this is what's awesome about this map, because we actually ended up getting lost sometimes because Harley GPSs suck. And we'll explain that conversation in a minute. We did all these GPX files. They didn't work too well. So we ended up going all over the place. And it was great to break out this map and kind of see where you're at. And the biggest one, like this gray one right here, and I'm not going to stay too long on this page because it's hard to see. This gray one right here with my mouse, that is the Triple Nickel. So I believe it starts right here in a place called Little Hawkins. Now, or it might start a little bit more south of that. But that one went all the way up to our meetup. So that's where we did our meetup at the end of the Triple Nickel. And we did that on the last day. But honestly, guys, some of these roads out here, like this orange one right here, that's the Hocking Hill Nips. That was outstanding. The Lazy Rivers, this yellow one right here, was a blast. Lazy Rivers is, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, that's where we got pummeled with the rain, correct?
Yeah, is that the one we almost died on?
Yes, that is the one we almost died on.
That was the one.
So you can look at this map, and honestly, when you go down, back to scrolling down here, guys, just to show you, on each of these breakdowns, it gives you a miles. So, and I know you can't see this, but like most of these roads were at the low end, like 70 miles, and at the high end, about 110. So you're going, if you do 2 roads a day, you could be doing about 200 miles just on those roads. And that's not including getting to your place. So it can eat up a day. And once you also doing the, doing food and all that stuff and stops. So the first couple of days we did 2 roads. And then so we did 2, 2, and 2. And then that third day, we only ended up doing a half of one because one was rained out. The double Z one was, which is the Zelensky zipper. But if you look at these 4, a lot of people don't know about these. Take out the triple nickel here, guys. But if you look at Rim Job and Southern Hick, Nips and Lazy Rivers, if you look at those 4, our favorite, now I'll let these guys chime in, like my favorite out of all of them, besides the triple nickel, was number 1 by far. Great road. But honestly, the Hocking Hills Nipper, that's the true name of it, and not Nips. That was probably my number 2. Lazy River, number 3. Rim Job, number 4. And Southern Dip was probably my least favorite. So not all of these roads. And when I say that, like the Southern Dip, while it was a big route, if you go back up here, that's this green one right here. So this whole entire green loop starting from here all the way down, it was a lot of just basic roads, not any twisties. Scenery was just okay. It was just a bunch of farmland. But then when you got into some of these other areas, scenery was a lot better, a lot more technical and twisties and stuff like that. So what do you guys think? You got anything you want to
add? I do. Anonymous Biker, first let me say that I had to edit most of Colin's quote nicknames out of all my videos, just wanted you to know that. Trust me, I had a video. Hey, can you go back to that, the 9?
Yeah, give me a second.
If you can, Colin. I would tell you that, and I'll let Jack talk about his favorites too here. Sorry to throw you for a loop there. Scroll down if you can. So, there you go. Keep going down. So, Lazy River is where we almost died, right?
Excuse me.
And Hocking Hills Nipper, is that where we almost ran into a 40-foot tree across the road?
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
What was the next day that we almost? There was something every day, but the last day that
the double Z's was where the sign.
Yeah,
if you see a reel on my Instagram today, that was the double Z's. That's that's where the flood happened.
That's where we were flooding. We met the guy that came out of the woods and talked to us about the roads, right?
Correct.
It was something else. And I'll tell you what, the triple nickel, you got to ride. I'm with you, Colin. Hocking Hills is second, and if you scroll back up there, Lazy River is third. I'll tell you what, I liked Hocking Hills a lot.
Good luck to you.
A lot, for sure. So
I got to mute Jack. He's talking to
me. Yeah, we got it. Yeah. So no, that it was, and we missed. So we rode what, 5?
Yeah, we rode again. Rim Job, Southern Hick, Nips, Lazy River, and Double Z's, the main ones, and then the triple nickel. So those are the 5 basically we rode. Now we only did part of the Double Z's because of the road was covered or was blocked because of the rainstorm that was the night before. Yeah. But nonetheless, guys, I wanted to show this map to you to get an idea, as a lot of people know that they just hear about the triple nickel and they go up and say, hey, I heard about the nickel, but there's a lot more riding out here that I would highly recommend. So if you look at the blue one up top here, the blue one, and I forgot the name of it, but it's, we didn't ride that. This light green one right here, we didn't ride that. And then this little one, which surprises me, we didn't ride it because it was right by our house. And that's this one right here. This is called the Pomeroy Dash, this one right here. So out of all of them, we rode most of them, but we would have needed another day and a day and a half to hit them all. But regardless, it was a great time.
Two a day works with good weather. So
for sure.
Jack, are you getting evicted, Jack, from the parking lot? Or are you good?
Ordering food out there?
No, there was just a big fight in the parking lot. Somebody pulled a gun. It's like, and this guy's coming. Did you see him pull the gun? I'm like, dude, I'm on the computer. I didn't see anything. And
why didn't you take it out and film it?
Yeah, dude, we got to cut us off and go to that.
No, you know what? Mary was just saying that too.
That's scary, man.
We would have got shot.
Yeah, it was about like
It was a domestic thing.
right. It was one parent giving the other parent the kids back.
Yeah, they were exchanging kids,
Yeah,
and the
that's
one
bad.
boyfriend was in the fight with the dad. Yeah, that was bad.
Hey, look, you guys just drive to Michigan. You can move in here. It's okay.
Oh my
Honestly.
God.
Hey, Bob, can you protect us? Come down here, Bob. All right, they all left though. Okay, I think
HDR breaking news.
I know. That was scary.
that was scary, dude. And then he comes over, he's like, "Did you see that gun?" I'm like, "I'm glad I didn't." So
Almost got shot my first night living out of my car with the fan and the wife. It's great. It's a good video. Jack's stuck. Jack's
So what
stuck. There he is.
I got
Where's
That's
Dr. Phil?
We're living in our car.
I had to give him another quarter for another 50 megabyte.
Welcome to our world, friends.
Oh my God! All right, I'm sorry. Back to the show.
Where are you, lovely Luella?
That's Mrs. Jackie Boy. Or we should call him
Oh,
Mr.
I did not know that was Mrs. Jackie Boy.
We should call him Mr. Lovely Luella, is what we should call him, right?
Okay, so when are you having this?
I'm moving next door to them. I'm kicking their neighbor out and moving next door to them. They just don't know it yet,
Can you text me your address, Mr. and Mrs. Jackie Boy? That would be awesome.
Yeah.
And
You
we're
may
gonna
wanna
see you.
rethink that.
We're gonna see you in 25 days.
Exactly.
Yes, we are. So, I mean, at the end of the day, guys, we had an absolute blast. I mean, Bob, so what were some of the highlights in your opinion? And well, let's put it this way: what were some? We have this theme of this video, and you know, Bob's video today is he hit the algorithm, which is awesome. So it's taken off. But he had one of the videos today was about the rainstorm that we hit. And what was your biggest thing that you enjoyed, I guess, or out of the three things that happened to us? Because honestly, even though they were kind of scary, we laugh about them now.
Yeah. So I will tell you that the lightning and the rain deal, the lightning, that's the first time I've been on my bike where I was honestly scared, because it was less than a football field away a couple times. So that one was kind of scary. Jack, are you okay, dude?
Are you swatting flies?
There was something going through the window. Like, what is that? This is a whole new
so to me it was, but Colin, it was little things like us pulling up and you and I having a drone fight over a lake, right? Or honestly, you guys may not think about it, but when Jack's drone took off the back deck after we had a few beers and you guys were so panicked about it, honest to me, that was funny as shit, right? Because I knew it's going to come back, but
yeah, we had a lot of issues that happened on this trip, but they were all funny. You know,
it was something. You know, it's going over the hill and Jack almost running over a 40-foot tree. It was, dude, so many memories. I don't use the word epic, but this was something special.
Epic. For sure. It's definitely epic. So, you know, Jack's good. You want to tell the story, or do you want Bob and I about the drone?
Come on, Jack.
Jack, do you want to tell it, or do you want us to tell it? The drone story.
Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Colin was freezing up. Okay. Why was you freezing? Anyway, what were we talking about? The drone.
We were talking about, do you want to tell the story? Maybe you need to pay some more money for that Wi-Fi, dude.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I got to go back through the drive-thru and I got to order more. It's a pain. No, anyway, the drone. So I decided, I don't know why, but I told Colin this, I'm going to fly my drone off the back deck. And the guys went up front. So I decided that, why am I on the big screen, Colin? You wait till I run the show, buddy. So I decided to calibrate on the back deck, and it said it actually wasn't calibrated probably well enough, I guess. Anyway, it took off, right? And Colin said, well, did it ever tell you that it updated the home point on the GPS? I said, you know what? I don't remember hearing that. It got about 100 feet. The little drone, if you ever seen the propellers, flipped over, and it gave me its middle propeller. Flipped it up, and it just looked like Star Trek went across the trees. So I actually ran in looking for Colin, couldn't find him. Ran out front, and I said, Colin. He turned around. I just threw him the controller. He's like, what? I said, the drone left. And he said, what? And I said, it left. I said, it won't come back. And he's like, oh, shit. I said, yeah.
Yeah, I think I had a couple other choice words.
Hey, Jack, let's call it what you said. The first thing is, what did you do? And you go, I hit that little button at the back.
Yeah, there was a button on the back.
We're looking at the drone, trying to get it back, and I see it going 800 yards, 900 yards, 1,100 yards, 1,200 yards, and we're trying to get back. I'm like, oh, where's my damn camera? I got to get my camera out to videotape this whole episode. But oh my god, that was something.
Anyway, it got about 2,000 feet. Well, then the controller disconnected. Colin said, well, this is a hard reset, but I'm going to try it. So he shuts the software off, reboots the software.
In the middle of the flight.
In the middle. Well, then it said that the drone needed to be reset. Now, the drone is up 300 meters in the sky and 2,000 feet away from us. Kind of hard to reset it.
What could go wrong?
So Bob walks calmly back. He goes, hey, guys, don't worry. When the battery gets low, it'll come back. We're like, what? He's like, yeah, it'll come back. So we start watching. Sure enough, Colin was looking at the map, and sure enough, the drone turned around, and it made a beeline back for us, man. It was moving. So we did retrieve it. It almost landed on the roof, but other than that, it was a good flight, and I didn't get any of it recorded. So that's a shame.
That's the worst part, because why Bob's in the court, Jack's about having, seriously, he's like freaking out, it's sweat, and then it's hot out too, and so I'm like trying to control this thing, and I'm dripping with sweat, and Bob's in the background is like, do you think I should film this?
It would have been a viral video.
You know what though? Colin said, yeah, that'd have been great. It would have been awesome. I'm telling you, I went to Colin and asked him a question and throw the camera on. He'd have been like, turn that damn thing off. It was stressful. It was stressful for sure.
It was stressful.
It just added to another story of this epic trip, guys, in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, we had guys, and for those of you that follow along on all our videos, and some are out, some aren't out yet, but running into a tree, we didn't actually run into one, but we came across one that a huge storm that hit overnight, which was cool. It didn't impact us because the next day was nice and sunny, but it knocked out. We had floods, so we couldn't ride one road. There was a tree that was down. It was just, it's amazing all the little things that happen. And obviously we got into that huge storm, and back to that storm, guys. And I felt bad for Bob, because even on these, we're in the middle of nowhere. So I was showing you a minute ago with this lazy river. It's like 105 mile. And when you're on these things, there's no gas stations. There's like 15, 20 mile stretches where it's just open land. And we were actually contemplating going to a farm. That's how bad it was.
Somebody's barn. We were sort of looking
barn to try to get into a barn, because that's how bad it was. I mean, the video doesn't do it justice by any means, because we all took off our cameras, and I just happened to, I forgot I had one on my little bar, and Jack still had his Cena going. But other than that, I think we took off all our cameras because it was that intense. And a couple people on my video commented, don't you have aren't GoPros waterproof? They are, but if you have an audio jack into it, it's not. I had to stuff one of these. It's like a little microfiber cloth. I was stuffing in my helmet.
Can you hear me? No, you got something in your mouth, dude. No, I can't hear you.
Because my whole helmet was fogging up. I couldn't see shit. I've got this thing on. I'm stuffing this thing down. I'm talking like this. Can you guys hear me? No.
you know what, though? Honestly, the worst part of it is, and I talked about, you and I talked about this, I think the three of us. I have a dark shield, and I was wearing sunglasses, right? So it's dark, it's raining. And then I think, Jack, the two bolts of lightning that were really, really close,
these were
and the hair on your arm stand up. Yeah. And that's at some point where I go, guys, we got to find cover. And Colin's like, dude, we're trying. There's no place to. I knew that.
Go.
There was nothing.
Yeah, there was nothing we could pull over. And then we finally found a little place where we could pull over for like 10 minutes, and then it hit us again. So it was rough. And, I know Andy, if you're still on here, he was busting chops because I kept saying all day, oh, it's going to be a beautiful day. Just a little slight chance of a rainstorm, and then sure enough, we got nailed. So never talk about weather when you're riding.
What could go wrong?
What could go wrong? But at the end of the day, we just had absolute blast, guys, and we wanted to share the experience with you guys, not only with videos, but the main purpose we wanted to recap today is if you haven't been there, I'd highly recommend it. I mean, it's so much fun. And again, for those 5 or 6 roads that we did, if you're going to do it, Hocking Hills for sure, 100%, Lazy Rivers for sure. And the triple nickel. I mean,
those 3 are the top.
You could probably skip on the southern hick, or southern dip is the true word. I just have different sayings for it. That one was kind of boring in my opinion, but all the others that we rode were outstanding. So it's worth. I mean, like for me, it was a little bit of a ride. I had a 7-hour ride, and I know these guys are a little bit shorter. I think you were what, 5 hours, Jack? Or 4 hours, if I remember right, 4 hours. And then Bob, you were like 5 hours.
Yeah, 300 miles.
So, I mean, where I had like 425. So it's kind of out there a little bit, but still well worth it. Even if you can go for a weekend, I totally recommend it. Totally.
Hey, Colin, if I could just add to that,
Sure.
If you have the opportunity to ride these roads in Ohio, or you have the opportunity to go on a motorcycle trip, whether it's with your wife or another couple or a bunch of buddies, do it. I mean, it was something really cool for sure.
Good time.
So we've got a little bit of time left. So guys, we have a lot of everybody's heading up to Tazewell, Virginia in about a month. And we're really looking forward to it. So I think it's going to be another epic trip for those of you that weren't there last year. It rained a little. Let's just put it that way. In fact, the whole time except for the last day. But still, even with the rain, we had an outstanding time. I got a chance to meet a lot of great people out there. I know I stayed with Jack last year and a friend of ours named Orvis, who's coming out too. I'm looking forward to that because the back of the Dragon, if you've never rode it, it's one of my favorite roads out there. It's much better than the tail, and that's opinion. But I have it up there with one of my top 3 roads in the country that I've actually been on, that I enjoy thoroughly. So I'm looking forward to riding that one again. Hopefully, knock on wood, we have some really decent weather out there. And then after that trip, we're going to hopefully go to Tennessee for a couple days, and then hit Cherahalla. Bob's never done the tail. So hopefully we're going to take him on the tail. We're going to go through last year we did Smoky Mountain National Park. We're definitely going to do that again.
Amen. That was cool.
Amen.
That was great riding. The Smokies are great riding.
Smokies are phenomenal. Go to Klingman's Dome again. We're going to go to the big Harley out there in Merrifield. And I'm looking forward to hitting that, man. I mean, we got some epic riding plans ahead. So I'm looking forward to it, man.
I see Bob wants me to give drone lessons at VAM if I bring my drone back from this trip, because we have the drone with us on this trip, and we're going to be doing some recreational videos with it. So
I think a couple people are asking a bunch of questions if we have licenses.
We're registered.
We're registered.
We're registered, and we all have recreational licenses. So
yeah,
there you go.
By the way, I didn't show the videos, but after the drone incident, we had a few beers. And Jack, all 3 of us are in this Airbnb with our drones in the middle of the floor, updating our software. And at one point,
dial-up internet.
At one point, Jack and Colin get up, and they're trying to get their drone to whatever the hell they got to do with theirs. And they're walking around in circles. I got great video. That's funny as shit. That'll come out at some point.
You never calibrate your drone at all?
No. My drone goes where I tell it to go. So I probably should, but after this incident, yeah, I'm gonna calibrate.
I think you better maybe start doing it.
Yeah. So I know a lot of people in here are heading to BAM, which is very cool. So we're looking forward to seeing you guys there. And boys, I can't thank you enough for the epic trip that we had. You know, like I said, recommend this place. Because even looking at some of the comments that you guys were saying, some of you have rode there. Some of you had heard of the Triple Nickel, but a lot of you haven't heard of the Windy 9 and all the roads that were great there. And if we find some great roads, we want to share them with you guys, and we want to promote them and say this is great. You know, even when it was 2 years ago when we went up to Tazewell, and I rode that back of the Dragon. I'd actually never heard of it. And I went in and talked to the dude that ran the place. So this was last year, I think. But and he like the whole history of the whole entire back of the Dragon and what it was all about. And it's amazing that like the amount of effort that this guy put into coming up with and promoting like Tazewell on the map, because it's a little freaking Hobunk town in the middle of nowhere of Virginia. But that road, and there's a lot of great roads out there that are absolutely amazing. So it's cool that you get that word of mouth, and because I think everybody says let's Tennessee, or Lower Virginia. But when you hear like some great areas, we want to promote it, and that's why we talk about today the Windy Nine and how much of an impact and how much we enjoyed it when we went last week.
Yeah, and Colin, I'm sure afterward. I'm sorry, Jack. Go ahead.
I was going to say also, just to throw it in there, guys, if you want to search for the Windy Nine on the internet, and you can actually email their tourism place with your home address, and they will mail you the paper map. And if you think you don't need a paper map, think again, because all three of us are putting road atlases on our bikes. Because
Jack, mine arrived today. Mine arrived today. My road atlas that I'm going to keep in my bike, by the way.
Yeah,
but this is
live by that map. I mean,
this is what you get.
Yeah,
that's basically what I just showed you guys earlier. Yeah, it's free.
Yeah, it's free. So if you're going that way, I would guarantee pick up that map.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of you guys are putting some comments in here, some great roads, and I've rode Skyline Drive before many times, and down by Virginia and the Blue Ridge Parkway. Blue Ridge Parkway is outstanding, and that goes all the way, obviously, down Virginia into Tennessee, North Carolina. Devil's Triangle, Foothills. There's a lot of great roads out there, guys, but we want to also mention that, hey, have you ever thought about going to Ohio? It's a short trip, at least depending on where you live, but it really wasn't that bad. Because where I live in Maryland, I'm kind of like 4 hours, 5 hours away from West Virginia. I'm like 5-6 hours away from Tazewell. I'm like 10 hours away in Tennessee. Up north, which is one of my favorite roads, up in Vermont, New Hampshire. Forget about it. That's like a 2-day ride for me, but I loved it. I really enjoyed it.
I think the three of us need to take 1 year off of work and just go out and ride every single road there is to ride.
Or we quit and do it all the time. Live out of our cars. We can do that.
Well, yeah, I got a fan. If you guys want to come live with me.
Dude, your fan needs to go away, dude.
Hey guys, all kidding aside, check out Colin's channel, HDR. They put together some great videos. You can see we tried to really show us talking and hanging out, but we really tried to show the roads. So if people were going, do I really want to ride that? You have some coverage that you can actually see what it's like to ride those roads.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool stuff.
When is VAM this year, Moose?
July
21st through the 24th.
Yep. So it's less than about a month away or something like that.
So Moose, we expect to see you there.
Yeah. Come on, Moose.
Yep, there it is. July 21st. Sorry. Windy or windy? It is
windy.
Windy. If you ride the Windy 9 fast enough, it's very windy.
Let's see here, guys. We're gonna wrap this up as Bob left. Where the hell did he go?
He had to pee. Old man bladder.
So HDR, are you gonna give any hints about your trip while we're waiting on Bob?
I told you we're going to Springfield.
Okay, now then what?
Missouri. Then what we're doing is we're traveling down Route 66 and checking out some of the sites.
Are you going all the way down to Arizona?
No, we don't have enough time.
I was gonna say that's a drive to get down there, but the Route 66 is actually an epic ride.
Somebody was saying about the gas prices. I think when we left our house, we paid $4.69. Now we're paying about $5.15 as we're coming more west.
Oh, it shot up, huh? So in the Midwest, it's it's higher. I didn't know that.
It's getting higher out here in the Midwest, yeah. So and that's regular unleaded. So
that sucks. Yeah, it's about $5 by me.
Do you guys run the air conditioning when you're in the car or not?
Pretty much, yeah.
You go into McDonald's and use that, or
it's getting hot out here in the Great Plains. I told Mary, I said, "Man, it's getting hot crossing Great Plains." She goes, "We're not in the plains yet." I said, "Okay."
Well, hey, bless Mary for going camping with you.
Jack,
You know-
quickly, put the phone on her. Let's see her.
Yeah,
No.
let's see.
Come on. Damn it, she can still hear me.
I can hear you.
We're living in close quarters together for the next like 7 days. Nuh-uh.
Come on,
7
Mary.
days.
A man's got those limitations.
Yeah.
Oh.
I was born at night, but not last night, right? I get it.
That's right.
I get it.
All right.
Jack,
let
thank
Colin
you
wrap
so
it up.
much for spending an hour with us in a McDonald's parking lot. Really appreciate you and Mary taking the time and enjoying your big freaking fan in the back, which we still haven't figured out why you're doing that. Bob,
I'll
as
show you
always,
tomorrow.
you'll tell me tomorrow. Good.
I'll
Bob,
show you
as always,
tomorrow.
I appreciate you, dude.
Yeah, same, man. I just got to ask one thing. Is two things, really. Is taking a fan in your tent something that normally happens? Because I don't know.
Because there's actually air conditioners sold for tents now. Be the Rider PA just got back. They carry an air conditioner with them. So
Camping?
yes,
Yes.
yes. They carry an air conditioner, a portable shower, and a toilet.
Dude, that's
Just saying.
glamping. That's glamping.
It's nice, man.
Hey, and if you ever saw Ferris Bueller's Day Off, by tomorrow on the water tires, you'll say, "See, save HDR."
Save Jack.
My member, hey, don't forget, guys, my membership is there. Hit that membership button. Hit the what's that other button, Bob? The help button, and just keep donating.
This was your idea.
Yeah, this was my idea. So just saying.
Wow. God bless you, Mary. Good luck.
I need membership.
Hey guys, thank you all in the side chat tonight for stopping by tonight. You guys are epic as always. We appreciate the folks that jump in here when we do our shows. We can't thank you enough. For the other two guys, have a great night. Be well. And what do I say at the end, guys?
Check on a friend.
What do I say?
Hey, everybody, remember Roger and Rod. Roger and Rod.
Colin,
Say,
right.
Colin says, don't worry about the rim job. See ya.
That's right. Ride into the storm, baby. What could go wrong?
Yeah. Yeah.
And make sure you ride the
What'd you
nipster.
say? Go wrong.
I'm going to confession now.
Oh, Mary said you just say wah, 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 wah.
Wow, wow.
Wow.
Bye, guys. Have a great
It's-
night.
Hey, Mary, it's not dirty if you're in love. See ya.
That's true.